Well, hello, guys and gals. Welcome back. Glad you could join me again. Today, we're going to be looking at the Harbor Freight end of January 2026 coupon deals. These are all the coupons that are available from now until the end of January, and you can find all these deals available for you at my website under the Extras tab. Just head on over there. There's a domain for you right there. Type that into your browser under the Extras tab. You can find this and many more deals and coupons for Harbor Freight throughout the entire year. So let's get into all these deals, and all these coupons that we're going to cover today are good until the 1st of February. So like I said, until the end of the month. Actually, we have some other coupons further down that are good until March, and I'll point those out when we get to them. Anyway, so let's take a look at some of the stuff that we have going on at Harbor Freight, and we start off with generators. This is Generators Are Us. You want generators? I got generators for you. I got big generators, little generators, fat generators, skinny generators, all sorts of generators available for you, my friends. No need to go anywhere else. Harbor Freight has you covered. Here we go. We start off looking at a 5,000 watt gas power generator for $450. Normally 500, so you save yourself $50. You want a 4375 watt gas power generator, only $400. Normally 480, save yourself $80. Or if you want a 4550 watt open frame inverter generator, this little guy will run you $630. Normally $680, so you save yourself $50. There you go, plenty of generators to choose from. No matter what style or what size or what anything you want, they got you covered. And we even have right here a power station. If you don't want a generator, how about a power station instead? 1200 watt power station, 10,060 watt hour capacity for $700. Normally $750, so you save yourself $50. How about if you want a little portable tire inflator? Only $13. Normally $15, so you save a couple of bucks there. And you know what? I mean, that's not too bad. $13 is not too bad. But keep in mind, I've done reviews on jump starters and stuff like that to bring you the jump starter, the tire inflator, a light, a battery bank, all that stuff all in one. So if you're thinking about getting one of these guys, consider maybe getting one that has multiple things in it so you got less garbage roaming around in your trunk taking up valuable space that you need for other things. So just think about that before you jump on this guy, and then you realize, oh, you could have got it as a part of another unit. So how about a helmet? If you plan on doing some welding, how about a standard auto darkening helmet from Chicago Electric? $35 right now, normally $40, so you save about $5 there. And if you want yourself a compressor, how about the Fortress 6-gallon 175 PSI high performance oil-free pancake job site air compressor for $140, normally $160, so you save yourself $20. And there is a McGraw also on sale that I will point out a little further on, and you can get that one a lot cheaper than this guy. But this guy is their high-end compressor, so just keep that in mind. Or if you need some metal cutoff wheels, we have a bunch of metal cutoff wheels in this flyer. So we start off with the Bauer. You can get these 4.5 cutoff wheels for $5, normally $8, so you save a couple of bucks. So a 10-pack, you're looking at about 50 cents a wheel, so that's not too bad there. And if you want yourself a little full trash water pump, here you go with the gasoline engine. The Predator 3-inch 301 gasoline engine full trash water pump, 23,000 gallons per hour. These guys pump out a lot of water. $800 for this guy, normally $900, so that's $100 you save right there. Or if you want to clean some drains, here you go with the Bauer 1/2-inch 50-foot manual feed drain cleaning drum machine for $260 right now. Normally $300, so you save yourself $40. I always mention that I have this guy from the old days when it was the blue drum, the Pacific Hydrostar, and I've had it for years. It does the job. Only limitation that they have is that it's only 50-footer. Harbor Freight only has 2 drum machines, this one and the other one that is the auto feed, and it costs about $50-60 more. Either one of them, they're both only 50-footer. Harbor Freight really should expand and have like a 75 or a 100-footer for people that have bigger, longer drains. But for now, that's all they got. It's a good enough machine if 50-foot is good enough for you. And let's see, this one is also not too bad a deal. It's the drill to power it up and everything all in one unit. You don't need to buy 2 separate things. The Bauer 23-foot automatic feed handheld electric drain cleaner for $90. Normally $100, so you save yourself $10. Convenient if you want to use it indoors to take care of a sink or, some minor drain problem or something like that indoors. You don't want to have to lug a big, gigantic drain like this guy here. Lugging that heavy thing inside your house is very inconvenient. And trust me, that guy weighs like 60 pounds, 70 pounds, something like that. It's heavy and it's kind of awkward to lug it around. This guy is a lot easier to deal with. 23 feet will do the job when you're talking an indoor drain. Now, what if you need a diagnostic smoke machine? Here you go with the Icon diagnostic smoke machine for $530. Normally $570, so you save yourself $40. Not a bad smoke machine, but of course, being an Icon is going to be more high priced than anything else that they make. And I've seen this on some videos and so forth, and it looks like a really big, bulky machine. For $500, it seems a little overpriced to me. I have like 2 or 3 different smoke machines, and I think the most expensive one I got from Ancel, I think was like 2 something, almost $300. And it does pretty much everything this Icon will do. So all I can say is, if you're an Icon fan, of course you're going to buy it. You're going to like it. That's what you're going to do. But if you want something that does the same thing and is a bit more economical, look at like Ancel or some other brand out there. You can get them a lot cheaper on Amazon. And how about if you need a winch? Here you go with the Badlands 3,500-pound UTV Power Sport winch with the automatic load holding brake for $130. Normally $140. That's $10 you save yourself. Or here's another compressor for you from Fortress. A 2-gallon 135 psi ultra quiet oil-free hand carry job site air compressor for $160. Normally $190. So you save yourself $30. So if you didn't want something as big as that 6-gallon that we saw a little while ago, this guy's a bit smaller. It'll do the job for you and save a few bucks there. Or if you need some little solar-powered security lights, here you have the Bunker Hill 115 lumen wall-mount solar security lights for about $9. Comes in either white or black, and you can get these guys for $9 right now. Normally $13, so that's about $5 or $6 you save there. And keep in mind that you have to mount it in a place where the solar panel on top will get the light, because they're not separate. I don't believe on these guys you can separate them. Some of these lights that I've seen on Amazon have a solar panel that'll slide out and you can mount it somewhere else. But I don't think these guys do that. So just keep that in mind. You have to have a convenient place to mount them. And they're not super bright either. At 115 lumens, think of it like moonlight. When it's a really well-lit, moonlit night, then you can see that's what this light will be. But not enough to scare away anybody, just enough so that you won't trip in the darkness. And before we get too far into this video, how about you do me a great big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already? That way you stay informed every time I make one of these money-saving videos for Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Amazon, Lowe's, or any other great place that I can find to save you guys some money. Saving money, that's what we're all about here. So that's the way I keep you guys informed and I keep more money in your wallet. Thanks for doing that, and let's move along. And how about some solar panels? Here you go with the Predator 200-watt super lightweight foldable solar panel. These guys fold up to be like a briefcase, and you can lug them around with you anywhere you want to go. You can get them for $200 right now, normally $230, so you save yourself $30. And how about another welding helmet? Here you go from Vulcan, 10.1 square inch arc safe auto darkening welding helmet for $130, normally $140, so you save yourself $10 there. And here's another compressor for you. My goodness, we got a lot of Fortress compressors in this flyer. Here you go with the Fortress 5-gallon 225 psi high-performance oil-free wheeled job site air compressor. So this is a little guy that you can wheel around with you. $310 right now, normally $350, so you save yourself $40. Or if you need an angle grinder, here's this guy from Bauer, 15 amp 7-inch trigger grip angle grinder with a 180-degree rotating body for $80. Now this guy is not battery powered, you got to plug it in. So that's why it's $80, normally $90, so you save yourself about $10 there. Or if you need yourself a little long handle combination wrench set from Pittsburgh, here you go, a nice little 11-piece set for only $20, SAE or metric. $20 right now, normally $25, save yourself about $5 there. Or if you need yourself a little racing jack, here you go, the Daytona 1.5-ton ultra low profile high performance aluminum racing jack with the rapid pump. You can get this guy for $280 right now, normally $300, that's $20 you save. Or if you want to grow some stuff outdoors, here you go. How about this little greenhouse? 6x8 greenhouse from One Stop Garden for $300. Normally $370, so you save yourself $70. For you guys back east, Midwest, if you get a lot of snow and stuff like that, and you still want to be able to keep your plants nice and safe during the winter, these little guys come in handy for that kind of stuff. Keep them indoors where it's nice and warm. And how about this little guy right here? Harbor Freight decided to get themselves a little cross-line laser level. And you know, Harbor Freight doesn't make any of this stuff. They get other people to make it for them. So, you know, they basically just got somebody else to put their brand on it for them. Here you go with the Bauer 50-foot self-leveling 360-degree horizontal cross-line laser level for $80. Normally $100, so that's about $20 you save right there. Or how about this set here, a convenient set of screwdriver and bit sets, the Warrior 3-inch screwdriver bit set 36-piece set for only $8. Normally $13, save yourself about $5 or $6 on that one. And this guy right here, do not buy this. I warn you, do not buy this. You will be literally throwing your money down the drain. I bought 2 of these guys, or was it 3? I forget. I returned it a couple times. And it's a Chicago Electric 100-watt soldering gun kit. I wanted a soldering gun because I have several soldering irons, but I thought it'd be convenient to have a soldering gun. Well, I got this guy, and it worked fine for about a month, and then it became a giant brick. Took it back, got another one, lasted another month or 2, and it died again. Can't remember if I returned the second one or not, but it's just really a giant turd. It doesn't do anything worth a darn. $20 on sale, normally $28, which is ridiculous, but you're basically going to be throwing your money away, so just don't buy that guy. And this guy here, how about the Chicago Electric 1.3 amp variable speed rotary toolkit, 31-piece set for $15. Normally $23, so that's a few bucks you save on that guy. Not a bad set. This is basically a clone of one that HyperTough at Walmart sells also. And I tested the one from HyperTough, and it does a very good job, so this one's got to be just as good. It's pretty much the same exact machine. And just out of curiosity, if any of you guys have this guy and, you know, have owned it for a few years and it still works for you, let me know, because I had no luck with this whatsoever. And I'm curious if anybody actually has. I mean, go out and test it now, right when you comment on this video, and let me know, is it still working? Have you had it for several years? Because mine did not last more than a couple of months, which is really a crime. That's ridiculous. But let's see. Let's move along. How about a chainsaw? Here you go with the Atlas 80-volt brushless cordless 18-inch chainsaw tool only. So if you're not in the family, then you need to buy the battery and charger separately. But the tool by itself, the chainsaw by itself, is $135. Normally $150, so you save yourself $15. If you're in the Atlas family, then you're fine. If not, consider you're going to need to spend another $100, $150 for the battery and the charger, all that, because 80-volt chargers and batteries are not cheap. So it's going to cost you double whatever this price is if you decide to get into that. And here you go if you want yourself a SDS Max type demolition hammer. The Hercules 10-amp, 12-pound SDS Max type demolition hammer with maximum vibration control for $230 right now. Normally $270, so you save yourself $40. And this little scanner right here, you know, guys, I've always told you, be very careful. In fact, I don't trust electronic stuff from Harbor Freight. I mean, look at it. They can't even make a good soldering gun, let alone are they going to be able to sell you a good scanner. I reviewed a lot of scanners. In fact, I have another one that I'm going to be posting in a couple of weeks. Basically, a good little mid-range scanner that does a lot of things. And the cool thing about it is that it has an AI built into it. I'm sure this one does not have an AI that can help you. But this guy at $80, that's such a low-end scanner that you can get so many better things on Amazon. Trust me, this is not a smart move. The new MR10 2.8-inch screen, 2.8? That is really a tiny screen. Most of the ones I get are like 6, 8, 10 inches. Those are just so much easier to use. And they only cost a few bucks more. Not that much more. Not enough to break your bank. I generally don't get scanners that would break anybody's wallet. But this guy is $80 right now, normally $90, so you save yourself about $10 there. And how about this right here? Look at this, a very economical welding helmet. If you just got into welding, or you want a little throwaway welding helmet that, nobody's going to take from you at your job or something. Or if you leave it behind at a job site, you're not going to care. It's only $20, a fixed shade welding helmet for $20, normally 30, so you save yourself about $10. Now that's a good economical way to go. Or this guy right here, if you want yourself a little economical drill. The Warrior 3.2 amp 3/8 inch variable speed drill at $15, normally 18. I mean, you can't go wrong. That's a few bucks you save there. Plug-in drill for doing basic stuff around the house, or someone that wants to do some DIY stuff and doesn't want to go all in. You know what? $15, you can't go wrong. And here you go. Here you go to prove my point, what I said earlier. These chargers for the Atlas 40 and 80 volt dual voltage, $70 right there. I told you they're not cheap. And the battery is going to be something just as similar. So depending on the size of battery you get, you're looking at about another $70. So that's why I said about $150 or more. So this guy right now, the charger alone is $70, normally 80. Save yourself $10 there. And here you go if you need a concrete cutoff saw. Now this guy comes with everything, so that goes to show you what a realistic price is when everything's included. The Atlas 80 volt brushless cordless 9-inch concrete cutoff saw kit with a 4 amp hour battery and a rapid charger, everything included. There you go, $430 for this kit right now, normally $450, so you save yourself $20 on that one. And how about if you need a level? Here you go with the Pittsburgh 48-inch box frame level. And these guys are pretty good. I have a couple of these. I have different sizes of them. And these guys are made out of metal. So they're pretty darn durable. You can use it as a bat, beat somebody over the head with it if you need to. They are pretty tough. $12 for this guy, normally $15. So you save about $3 there. Or how about if you need some reciprocating saw blades? Here you go, the Demo and Thin Kerf reciprocating saw blade, a 12-piece set for $15. Normally $20, save about $5 from Hercules. Now, I've never used these guys. If any of you guys have, let me know if they're any good or not. That way I know for future use whether to think about getting those or stay away from them. And here's another level. Here you go. This is a 24-inch box frame level for only $9. Normally $11, save a couple of bucks there. Again, very durable metal frame design, and you do have a lifetime warranty. So even if you beat it up or do something with it, you can get yourself another one, no problem at all. And there we go. This guy we saw a little while ago, didn't we? Isn't it pretty much the same thing? Or is it just a different size? This is a 40-foot self-leveling cross-line laser level. I think it's a different one. So here you go. Now they got two to pick from. $55 for this guy, normally $65, so you save yourself about $10. I think the other one was a 360 degree. This is only a cross-line laser, so a little different. And if you need yourself a little 2.4 amp orbital 1/4 sheet sander with soft start, you can get this guy from Hercules for $40. Normally $45, so that's about $5 you save there. And I do have a review coming up real soon of a little detail sander that I'm doing a review video on. And that one is actually a 20 volt compatible with DeWalt battery. So you'll probably want to keep an eye on that. And it's a lot cheaper than this guy. This guy's a plug-in. You got to plug this guy in and it's $40. The one that I got is a 20 volt. And you can use DeWalt batteries. And it's half the price of this one. So you're going to want to see that video in a couple of weeks if you're looking for a little inexpensive detail sander that you can use your existing batteries with. And here you go, if you're looking for a drill press vise from Doyle, 4-inch low profile, you can get this guy for $54, normally $60, so that's about $6 you save there. And some more cutoff wheels, here you go. And here you go from cheap if you need some other cutoff wheels. Here you go with the 3-inchers. These are not the 4-inchers. 3-inch cutoff wheels, a pack of 5. So it's actually half the size of the one that we saw previously. And it's $4. So $4, pack of 5, you're looking at probably 80 cents a piece. So that's more than the Bauer ones that we saw earlier. So $4 right now, normally $6. That's a couple of bucks you save there, but still, this looks like a more expensive set than getting the one from Bauer that we saw previously, so I would not recommend this set. And here you go if you want a carpenter's vise, the Doyle 7-inch carpenter's vise for $55, normally $65. Save yourself about $10 right there. Or if you need a transmission jack, the Pittsburgh 2,000-pound low-profile transmission jack for $280, normally $380. So that's $100 you save there. That's a good savings on that guy. If you do a lot of transmission work or you need to do some, there you go. Now's the time to save yourself some money. All right, guys, so here we go. These are the instant savings coupons. For these guys, you don't need a coupon. These are just like their current low price, like Walmart would call it. Your everyday low price, I think Walmart calls them. That's what these guys are. No coupon required. You just go to the register, and that's the price you pay. So here you go. If you're looking for a different generator, you can get this guy, the 1800 watt gas powered portable generator for $300, a bit cheaper than the other ones, but it does produce less power. So $300 right now, normally $350, so that's $50 you save. Or if you need some batteries for your Bauer tools, here you go with your Bauer 20 volt 5 amp hour high capacity lithium ion batteries, a 2-pack bundle for $90, normally $130, so you save yourself $40, not too bad. And this set of automotive fasteners for $13, it's an okay price, but I'll tell you a couple things. First of all, I have seen this go down as low as $10, so if you're not in a hurry, you can wait and see when it goes down a little lower. Secondly, if you want to get it even cheaper and you want to get it now, check out Amazon. I've gotten a couple of sets of these guys on Amazon. I got this set when it was $10. So I have this set already on hand. But then I went beyond that and I got a couple of sets on Amazon even cheaper than this because they bring you more and they're cheaper. So depends what you want to do. I would say, check out Amazon if you really want to get yourself a good deal. And here you go if you want to get yourself a Bauer wet dry shop vac, a 6-gallon 4 peak horsepower wet dry shop vac for $50, normally $55, so you save yourself about $5. And speaking of Amazon that I just mentioned right now, actually I'm going to be looking for some more repair parts for my truck because I noticed the front end is getting a little bit tired and needs some shocks and stuff like that as well. So if you want to see some more repair work done on my truck, keep an eye out because I'm going to be making a video on how to replace the front end shocks and probably the back end shocks as well. If I'm doing it, may as well do it right, do all 4 shocks, all 4 corners, and take care of those guys. So keep an eye out for that if you like some more automotive work. And here you go. Here is the McGraw compressor that I mentioned earlier. You can get a 6-gallon 150 psi oil-free pancake job site air compressor for $117. That's a lot cheaper than the Fortress that we saw earlier. Normally $130, so you save yourself about $13. So you have a choice. If you want a 6-gallon pancake, you can get either the Fortress that we saw earlier, or you can get yourself the McGraw and save a couple of bucks there. And if you want yourself a little fully automatic microprocessor controlled battery charger and maintainer, you can get this Viking 4 amp right here for $35, normally $40. So that's about $5 you save on that guy. And how about if you need an impact wrench with the extended anvil? Well, you can get the Bauer, the 8.5 amp 1/2 inch impact wrench with the 2-inch extended anvil for $60, normally $80. So you save yourself about $20 right there. And if you need some batteries for your Hercules, here you go. You guys are in luck. You get batteries on sale for both Bauer and Hercules. Here you go with the 20 volt 5 amp hour. Because, a lot of times they'll put the 12 volt on sale, but they don't put the 20 volt. Well, here you go. You got the 20 volt 5 amp hour extended performance lithium ion battery bundle, a 2-pack for $100, normally $135. So you save yourself $35. Actually, that's not too bad. That's a pretty good savings considering it's almost the same as the Bauer that we saw a few minutes ago. This guy is $89, so you're getting a better deal on the Hercules right now instead of the Bauer. Obviously, it depends what tool set you have. It really doesn't matter which one's a better deal, but I'm just pointing that out. You're getting a better deal if you have some Hercules tools. Here we go if you need yourself a crown nailer. The Banks 18-gauge 2-in-1 brad nailer and crown stapler for $25. Normally $40, so that's about $15 you save there. Or if you need some fully polished combination wrench set, 9-piece set for only $8. Normally $10, so you save yourself a couple of bucks there. Fully polished wrench set, SAE or metric for $8. That's a pretty darn good deal from Pittsburgh. That's a great way to get some extra tools to carry around in your vehicle. Or if you don't have a set, then that's a great way to get started right there. Or if you need a flap disc from Warrior, 4.5-inch flap disc fiberglass backing, aluminum oxide grain. Comes in 60, 80, or 120 grit for only $3. Normally $5, save a couple of bucks right there. Or if you need a rubber air hose from Merlin, the 3/8 by 50-foot rubber air hose with 1/4 inch MPT fittings for $22. Normally $25, save yourself about $3 there. Or if you need a compressor accessory kit, the Central Pneumatic Brass Air Tool Accessory Kit 12-piece set for $10. Normally $15, so save yourself about $5 there. All sorts of fittings, connectors, everything you need, tire inflators, blowguns, all that kind of stuff. $10, normally $15, not too bad. Or if you need yourself a little ammo can, here you go, the plastic ones, the 30 caliber ammo box for $3.29, normally $7, so that's about half price almost. You save right there, not too bad. And it comes in any color that you want as long as it's gray. If you want gray, you're in luck. But if you want a different color, then you could always go to Walmart. They do sell different colors at Walmart of the same box, and it's about the same price. I think they have like a blue, clear, white, gray, black, different colors available. I've never looked for it on Amazon, but they may just have something very similar on Amazon if you want a greater variety of colors and maybe sizes, pricing. I don't know. It's something I've never been that curious about, but it would not surprise me if Amazon carries that because they carry just about everything else. So Amazon is a great place to find a lot of stuff. If ever in doubt, always check Amazon first, and sometimes you're going to be surprised at the savings and the pricing. And how about if you need yourself a Master Impact socket set? The Quinn 3/8" drive SE and metric Master Impact socket set, 48 pieces for $85. Normally $100, so that's about $15 you save right there. And if you want some nice metal brushes for clearing out all sorts of rust and stuff like that, here you go. A welding brush set is a great way to go. Not only for welding, they're really good for cleaning all sorts of stuff. Like I said, metal parts that are all rusty and corroded and so forth, these guys will do a great job. You can get this set for $4 right now, normally $5, so you save a whopping 20% or $1 buckaroo. And here you go, if you want an economical little drill, you don't want to spend a lot of money, you want something inexpensive, but you want it to be battery powered, the Warrior 18-volt cordless 3/8" drive kit with the battery and charger included for only $25, normally $30, save yourself about $5 right there. Not too bad. Like I said, again, for someone just starting out to do some projects and stuff, you want a little drill for doing simple stuff, but you don't want a cord, you want it to be battery powered, and $25, not a bad deal. And if you want yourself a little locking pliers set, the curved jaw locking pliers from Pittsburgh, a 3-piece set for $10, normally $12, save a couple of bucks right there. Or if you want a 15-foot 16 3-gauge indoor-outdoor extension cord, this guy's black, most of the time they're orange. There you go, $7 right there. Normally $10, that's about $3 you save. And this guy right here, the 1/4 inch and 3/8" dual drive extendable ratchet for $12, normally $18, so that's about $6 you save there. Not a bad ratchet. I don't like this one that it's to the 1/4 and the 3/8 because it sticks up out of both sides. I have the 1/2 inch drive, and that guy works out really well. It worked out really well when I used it to put the ball joints on my truck. That's the guy that I did all the work with. It extended out, and it did pretty well for everything. At one point there, I did not have enough leverage, so I had to use a cheater bar, and I put it on that same ratchet to give me more leverage, and it still took all the extra torque, and it handled it quite well. So that 1/2 incher extendable is really pretty tough, because like I said, I put a lot of torque on it. That cheater bar is like another 4-foot extension to it, so that's a lot of extra torque, and it didn't twist or bend on me. I was kind of worried there for a bit. But instead of a breaker bar, I used that ratchet, and it did a great job. So I can't complain. The good thing is it has a lifetime warranty, so if it had twisted on me, I could always take it back. But it didn't, so I didn't need to bother. And how about if you need yourself some sanding belts for your sander? Here you go with the Bauer 3" by 21 sanding belts with zirconia alumina grain. A 3-pack, available in 36, 50, 80, and 120 grit. For $5, normally $8, save yourself a couple of bucks there. Or some painter's tape. You know what? Spring and summer are just around the corner. If you plan on doing some painting and cleaning up, now is a good time to do it. The 60-yard by 0.94-inch painter stick for $5 right now, normally $6, save yourself $1. I'm already starting to do it because we're getting some nice clear days around here, and actually it's some nice sunny weather to be able to do some work outside, and I already started doing some scraping and stuff like that. You're probably going to see me in the future with beat up hands on future videos because I'm starting to get a little beat up with all the paint scraping and stuff that I'm doing, but it's got to be done sooner or later. I got to get to it. So that's one of the things that I've been putting it off for a few years because I've been busy making videos, but it's time I take care of stuff around the house here. So that's going to have to get done. And, videos have to take the back seat for a while sometimes. So there you go. I'm going to be doing some cleaning up around here. You may do some as well. And here you go. If you need some foldable earmuffs from Ranger, you can get these guys for $6, normally $7. Save yourself a buckaroo. Or if you need a security bit set, a 33-piece set from Warrior for $4, normally $6. Save a couple of bucks there. And they do have a 100-piece set that generally is only around $8 or $9. I would get that one instead of this one because it brings you more bits and it's only a couple of bucks more. And if you need a one-step folding stool, you can get this guy for $6, normally $8. That's a couple of bucks you save right there. And this guy, the oil filter pliers for $5. This guy I do recommend. I have this guy, and it does come in very handy. $5, normally $8. That's a couple of bucks you save right there, but it is very economical. If you go to O'Reilly's or Walmart, it's 2 to 3 times more money. So grab this guy while it's still a good price and have it on hand. And how about this guy here? If you want a hot knife to cut through butter, cut through foam or something else, there you go. The Warrior 130-watt hot knife cuts through butter. I don't think you're going to want to eat the butter once you put that through there. But there you go, $25, normally $30. Save yourself about $5 there. All right, guys, that's all the deals that we have going on right now at Harbor Freight for the end of January. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.